Good evening. Hello, my name is Randall, and I'm going to tell you about that one special day in my life that I'll remember for the rest of my whole life. It all happened that one afternoon when I got off from regular work. I usually have a regiment where I go work out each and every day at the gym. Either I go jogging or I hit the gym. So I decided that evening to go to the gym. I made my way there, started up, went through my workout for the first, I'd say, hour or two. Went to the sauna. It was really a great workout. And then I headed on home and just, like I do every day. It took me about 20 minutes. Got to around where I usually, I cross over this field. It's about a half mile long. I can either cross the field or I can go around, which I usually actually do. Because the grass, the field is really grassy, brown. There's trash in there. And usually I go around. But that one day, for some reason, I decided I'm going to cross through the field and take that shortcut. Well, everything was okay. I crossed through the field. I hit the sidewalk on the other side. I was heading on home. Walked about another half mile. Made a right turn. Came around to my house. Walked up to my house. I grabbed the doorknob, and this when everything changed. I put my hand on the doorknob. Right when I grabbed it, I felt this rush of just like, it's hard to explain. It's like a buzz. It started off at my feet and worked its way up to my head. I opened the door, kind of walked in, and then I got this gut-wrenching pain in my gut. I don't know what it was, but kind of a sick feeling. I looked up. My mom was there. I told her I wasn't feeling very well. So I went upstairs. I told her I'm gonna go upstairs and lay down for a while. So I went upstairs, laid down. And that was it. And then the next day, and again, this was about 5 o'clock in the evening when I went to sleep. I woke up the next day, I'd say about 9 o'clock. Woke up with excruciating pain. I was like, ah! I took the cover off, from my legs, just trying to get out of bed, and I noticed my leg was the size of a watermelon. The lower half of my calf, right beneath the kneecap. It was very, very excruciating. It was swelled up. It was pink. It was red. It was really, really a very grotesque type of thing. Well, I kind of limped my way down to show my mom, and she's like, "Wow!" So she, we all jumped in the car. She took me to the patient first. I sat up there, my leg, on the table, and the doc was looking at it. He didn't know what the heck was wrong with my leg, and told him what happened, how I crossed through the field. And what was funny, at the very tip of my shin was a really soft spot where evidently where I was bitten. He didn't know what bit me. At that point it was so swollen you couldn't see. They took a knife, made a little incision across the top where it was most very soft, and some blood just squirted out, I guess, from the pressure. He wanted to relieve some of that pressure, and it almost made my mom gag. Well, once that went, I felt a little bit better after I made that incision. Then he gave me some antibiotics, and he said, get back with them, over the next week or so. Well, I ended up leaving, and wow, that was just the start of things. I went home, and over the next few days, I kind of stayed downstairs. I was laying on the bed. I was laying on the couch downstairs, and about a day or so later, I started having night sweats. I was just kind of laying there. I wasn't eating, wasn't doing nothing, just kind of laying on the couch. And I was really sick. That poison really knocked me out. Just thinking it was antibiotics, it seems like it wasn't really doing nothing for me. And after about a week or so, I finally started kind of coming out of the night sweats, and really, not eating, and kind of stood up a little. Eventually, I just started, just kind of limping around, and I was drinking. Started drinking more fluids, but it was terrible. I didn't want to do anything. Eventually the swelling started going down a little bit to where, made a couple different frequent visits to the doctor, and eventually you could see two little thin fang marks where I was bitten, and this went on for I'd say about at least 2 months. I was just limping around. The swelling just never went down, and finally, about the 3rd month, the infection started oozing out of my leg. It was really disgusting. My sister was pushing on where I was bitten, and so it worked for me. It was she was squeezing on it, all the infection was just rolling, and she was like wiping off with a towel, and I couldn't believe even she was doing it, but that really helped because every day we're just pushing it out, kind of pushing it out. Eventually, things, my legs start compressing a little bit. Eventually, I started walking normally, but it's just, that was I was out of work for 3 months. Luckily, I lived at home, so I was working construction. But it was a very traumatic time in my life, where very painful. I got a few pictures to show you of what a typical spider bite victim looks like, and what their, what the bite is. I don't know if you can see it very well. But it's, it's pretty nasty. That's the hand mark. And these are some of the graphs. Those were just a few pictures that I had to share with you, show you what a person actually, when they get bit on their muscle, what it looks like. See, I was bit on my shin, so it really didn't get into my muscle, thank God, because I would have to have a skin graft, but it bit on the shin, so the poison didn't really go to kind of, it took the blunt of the bite. But all in all, it was just one of those situations that you would never want to go through. It was just very painful, and pretty much that's my story. That's why it's good to be me. Being in shape did help me out tremendously because of the poison. If I wasn't in shape, or had I been maybe older or even younger, the poison could have killed me. But luckily I was in such good shape that my body was just fighting it off, and luckily it kept me alive. And that is my story.